to start talking about this serious topic.
Nate, for you, you had the option, the opportunity to kind of test the waters a little bit. And the opportunity, you decided to come back here.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little bit lighter in your decision to return to the program. Obviously, everyone here was excited to see you Dayton and come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think through that time I was able just to reflect just on the place that Dayton is and the opportunity that, Coach gave me last year and the opportunity this year, and I was really grateful for it. We had a great year last year, and just being around this family experience, the fans, the school, was really special, and it was something that I didn't want to leave. So, I was able to reflect in those couple of days, and it wasn't something that I wanted to leave. So that's kind of went through my mind through that process.
Over you, fans sometimes think, oh, this guy's in, fans don't know what you guys go through, but when you left Ohio State, some of the fans go there. But people don't realize it is not, it just happened today. It's a thought out process.
Yeah. Like, it's not just wake up in the next morning like, I need to go in the transfer portal and leave. Like, there's a whole process. Like, I was talking to my parents, the coaching staff back at Ohio State, about what next year could look like if I would have stayed. And like, there's a whole process. And, throughout that process, I was talking to my family and said, I think it would be best for me to explore my options. And, and I did, and made a great decision to come here. So that's really what it is, just really, really weighing your options and where you fit in the best, where you could develop your game the best at a program, and to get to that next level. Yeah, I was. I've been there. I've seen so much change at Ohio State. It's been
Anything else? Thank you, fellas.
Thank you, guys.
Mhm.
Oh. Yep.
Did you get popped in the nose tonight or not?
No, I did not get. You would have known if I got hit the nose.
Then he goes back. Because I got very enough battery. I should have changed it, but I had this yesterday. This thing's gonna be bad. It's good. It'll get up now way back there, but the thing will be able to be bad. I did a NASCAR teleconference with like 12 drivers on there.
I didn't think
By the time-
Yeah.
Well, I think we were only, what, 2-3 hours?
They're going to do with the entire season.
Oh, you got it, all right. I thought maybe you wanted to save those, I thought maybe you wanted to save those steps for old age. You know what I'm saying? You need them. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You need those steps. You saying I'm old? No. You just saying for later on. I'm old too. Hey, Art, how's the Raiders gonna look?
I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
We know we got a lot of new players, I know that. Look at them too. I'm sure with Coach Sargent, it'll be a little different. It's not gonna be that slow down stuff.
It looks like the Flyers were.
Yeah, you're in line all the time. I think the fans got started nagging though. When that guy's like, that's what guy went and walked out of there. these guys will play. Slowly going out. But you know, even though Nagy's style of ball, they still average. It was the top 6 team in the country as far as scoring. It's just the defense was terrible. I'll shout the Bob Grant retired you. Oh, this is like kind of sudden. Yeah. Because I was supposed to have an interview with him, talking about his career and stuff, and all of a sudden, I talked to Nick, and Nick's like, he don't want to do this. Why can't he tell me that? He knows me well enough. He's known me all the years I covered Wright State. I covered Wright State when I covered this team.
You're gonna be surprised when I retire. Get rid of Bob Grant.
I mean,
I'm not gonna outlast Arch. In fact, Arch might be outlast me.
I was covering Wright State near the old PE building. My first year was the Division II championship year.
Hey, how's it going?
You all right?
All right, all right. Hey. Good. Okay. Well, I'll start off by saying I'm extremely grateful that we were able to put this event on today. I'm grateful for Sean Miller and Xavier for the willingness to come here and play this game around mental health awareness, suicide ideation. Obviously, as you all are aware, it's very near and dear to me and my family for our loss from a couple of years ago. And it was an emotional time before the game started, obviously, just looking up at in the stands and seeing, just everyone in T-shirts and just thinking about what we've been through and really the impact that hopefully doing stuff like this can have on people that were in attendance today or were watching on TV or maybe listening at home that heard a message today that hopefully could make a difference for them, and at the end of the day, that part was bigger than basketball. And so for that, I'm grateful that we get a chance, hopefully, to make a difference. From a basketball standpoint, I thought this was great for our team. Like I told them, this is practice 19 for us. These games are what I call rubber bullet games, right? They hurt if you don't win, if you don't play well. They're not lethal. They don't count. And it gives you a chance to learn about your team. I thought the difference in the basketball game today, Xavier, their physicality on both sides kind of got the best of us from about the 10-minute mark to the end of the first half, and that opened the game up for them. And some things that we saw today on the defensive end, from a rebounding standpoint, we have to be better. And I'm confident that our guys will get better. This will be a great learning experience for us. Saw some good things out of several of our guys. I thought the young guys came in and they competed. First time in front of 13,000 unfamiliar opponent. I thought they did really well. Some things on the defensive end, breakdowns in the press, breakdowns on the half-court defense. They were able to get back an alarming rate of their misses from a rebounding standpoint, things that we have to be better at. And those aren't things that are surprising to us. Those are things that we're fully aware of, and we just got to be better at. So I think overall, it was a great learning experience for us today. I think our guys will learn from it. I think they'll be prepared as we move forward to answer some of the things that we'll have to answer as we move toward the regular season.
How much are you looking at combinations of guys in the court?
Yeah, I mean, we played 11 guys today. Actually, some of it, I'll go back and look at it. I thought some of it, we really haven't had a chance to get some of those lineups together in practice. So today was the first time some of those guys got a chance to play together. Some of it, kind of got us disjointed because guys weren't familiar with their role in those lineups. we had some difficulty just getting matched up at times, right, where we gave up opportunities. But I think that's a part of why you do this, right? In the past, this would be a closed scrimmage where we wouldn't be in front of fans. We got a chance to see it in front of fans, which is how the games are going to be played. So everybody got a chance to compete today. We got a chance to learn a little bit more about what we have and what we've got to do as we move toward the regular season.
You played those close scrimmages for years. Have you got it?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. I think, outside of this was better, to be honest with you, because this is the environment you're going to play in terms of a real game. I kind of like this better, to be honest with you. But I can never remember where that was a determining factor in what we did during the regular season. So again, rubber bullet, right? Rubber bullet. No matter how it turned out, it's rubber bullet, and we get a chance to learn from it and get better from it.
Anthony, when you started when you wanted to start this, did you think it would be as successful as it's been?
Well, I mean, depends on how you define success. I mean, we're fortunate here that, no matter who we play or when we play, Flyer faithful show up to support our team, right? And so I would measure success here in terms of the messaging that we were able to get out around the subject of mental health. I thought from the way our athletic department, the university, the community has supported this, it's been in some ways overwhelming. Just the love and support that the way people have gotten behind our cause. And so, from that standpoint, that's a success for me, because at the end of the day, we talked about, because of our loss, trying to bring more awareness to this space. And hopefully this bringing a level of purpose to our pain. And so when we hear about stories where it's impacted people in a positive way, it's gratifying from that standpoint, that I count those as wins. And so hopefully today we were able to make a difference. It was great to see Gloria Umana, who spoke at the town hall. She came back in town today for the game, right? And so just her willingness to do that says that it impacted her. And she impacted so many people that got a chance to hear her message. And so, I think as we kind of go through, you saw some of the things that the university and we were able to do through Jay's Light that hopefully shine a light on people in the community that are doing great work in that space, that's the motivation behind it, right? That there are a lot of people here that care, that want to make a difference, and they're doing great work, but don't have the platform, right? We have a platform, and so we're going to try to use that platform to do some good.
Using this kind of platform, have you had a chance to talk to any of those head coaches?
Not since their games. I got a couple of text messages. Friday morning, they had an event at Princeton High School down in Cincinnati. My wife attended, where Wes Miller and Jake Diebler brought, I think, their teams and spoke to some high school kids down there around mental health awareness. I haven't heard anything in terms of the messaging at their games. I think the games were well attended. The game in Cincinnati was well attended. So hopefully, those things help make a difference there. And I think the other game has not been played yet. Is that right? Arkansas and Kansas. Is this coming Friday? Okay. So yeah, I'm hopeful that at the end of the day, you don't need to go through what my wife and I have went through for this to touch you. I think all of us, I would venture to say that probably everybody in the room knows somebody, right, that's had to deal with, their own mental health crisis, or someone that they love and someone that you love has been through it. Maybe you didn't identify it as that, but I think it's affected all of us, right? And so sports brings a lot of people together, right? And if we can use this platform to do some good, that's what it's all about.
Seeing Xavier here, is there any hope in your mind that you play them in a game that counts down the line at some point?
I mean, there's been a lot of talk about the possibility of us, Xavier, Cincinnati, Ohio State, getting together for, something like this, or even maybe during the regular season. So I think it's all on the table. Certainly, I think we would be more than willing to do something like that if that works out, and obviously, for all four teams, it's got to make sense for them. The timing's got to be right, and location's got to be right. But certainly, I would be 100% behind, something like that being able to happen.
This game, you reached out to Sean, or he reached out to you?
Yeah, so I think we actually had a conference, a Zoom between myself, Sean, Jake, and Wes, where we were throwing out ideas of maybe potentially doing a doubleheader, right? And then the dates and just the locations didn't work out, and so Sean and I were able to talk, and Sean was 100% on board with understanding what we were trying to do here, and this is something that we like to do every year here at Dayton. And so Sean he had the date available, and he felt like the cause was something that he wanted to be involved in, and he felt like it would benefit his team to be able to play against us in this environment as they prepare for what they've got to do during the regular season as well.
You have any memories of it?
Is your preference to keep this an exhibition, or would you like to see it be a regular season thing?
Well, I think for the mental health game, the Jays Light game, I would like to continue to do something like this, but certainly I'm open to, what we just talked about in terms of the four schools here, some kind of way. If we can work that out for a regular season game, I'd be all for that. I think we've reached out just across the country to different teams about the interest in coming here for the exhibition. So, we're open to all possibilities. There's been a lot of teams that have expressed interest in coming up, some coaches that are friends of mine that have expressed interest in coming up and participating in it because they understand what it means to myself and our family, and also for the cause. So this is something we'd like to continue to do. But in regards to Xavier, Ohio State, or Cincinnati, we're open to all options.
Do you have any members of the Xavier rivalry from your playing days?
No, when I was here, we were independent. We played Xavier, home and home. And, we weren't in a conference. I don't remember if they were in a conference at the time. But I know, this rivalry goes back. The history of this game goes back since even before me. So I know it means a lot to a lot of people.
A couple guys were out. Do you have any updates on Marvell? Is he close to returning to practice? Or?
Yeah, I think Marvell, right now he's not been cleared to practice. I think we should hopefully get some final ideas in terms of what his availability is going to be within the next week to 2 weeks.
Did he have a setback or something this summer? Or just...
Well, he had knee surgery this summer, as you're aware of, and so it's just been a process of him coming back. There's been some setbacks, and so just trying to figure out now as they evaluate him what's in his best interest moving forward in terms of him being able to get himself healthy.
And Brady.
Yeah, Brady's probably he had it's an ankle sprain, so it's just a matter of him getting back. He's still, I think, not weight bearing as of yet, so it's probably going to be a few weeks before he's able to get back on the court.
You talked about your young guys a little bit. Just what did you notice with Lamel today?
Well, I thought he competed. I thought he competed. I thought he had a great awareness. I think both of those guys really. Their basketball IQ for young guys is pretty advanced in terms of understanding what it is that we're trying to do. They just got to get better at it. I think both of them, from a defensive standpoint, this was great for them to be able to have to go against some of the talent and the veteran players that Xavier had, because they were able to maybe get a better feel for what I'm telling them every day that we need to do. But I thought Amael went out there and competed. I thought he wasn't overwhelmed by the environment. I thought he did a good job. I'll go back, and I'm sure there'll be a ton of things that we can point out to him. Hey, we got to do this better, offensively and defensively. But I was pleased with the way he competed.
He shows real instinct. So
Yeah, he's got a high basketball IQ.
what did you think of the level of defensive grittiness? Now, obviously, we saw Javon be that kind of pesky guy. Enoch stepping into that, now Posh as well.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't feel like we were good enough today defensively. You know, I think the way we measure it, our DER, like we have a standard that we want to play to, and we were nowhere near where we needed to be from a defensive standpoint, right? Like the first half, if you just look at a stat sheet, they shot 63, 64% from the field, right? I think in the first half, they went 4 for 9 from the 3-point line. That's almost 50%. They finished the game, 12 for 26. They made 12 threes. Some of them were broken plays where we had bad rotations out of the press where they were able to get some open looks. So I didn't feel like defensively we played to the identity we have to play with. Certainly, I don't think it was for necessarily a lack of effort. It was more of a lack of execution, right, that caught up to us.
I think you called this practice 19. You played 11 guys. Do you kind of have a feel yet of how deep your bench is going to be?
I think it's to be determined. Hopefully, we will be able to play with some depth. I think, you know, we're going to discover as we kind of go through these next couple of weeks what style fits this team best, right, in terms of how we need to play to give the team the best chance to be the best version of itself. And so, yeah, depth hopefully will be a strength of our team.
About a minute left in the game today. Kai checked it again. He had a big smile on his face, laughed at someone towards the bench. Can you speak on him being in this game for this specific reason? How is that father-son? How does that translate?
I mean, you know, for me during the game, I'm his coach more than I'm his dad, you know, and so, you know, he got beat on a 3-point shot at the end there. And so, but, you know, sitting here right now, yeah, I'm proud of him, you know, just because he's a really good teammate. He gets it in terms of his opportunity and responsibility to help the guys be the best versions of themselves, and for our team to do that, he gets it. I think he's having fun, he's enjoying it, and that's all you want to see as a dad. You want to see your kids be able to continue to grow and enjoy the opportunities, and I think he's doing that. So I appreciate the question.
Are you tougher on him than the other players?
I don't think so. And you ask the other players that, they'll probably be better able to answer that than me.
Anything else? Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Andy.
Yep.